Once upon a time in a village called Ile-Ife, there lived a man named Ade, and he had two wives named Ronke and Bisi. Ronke was a troublemaker, always causing problems in the house. She would pick fights with Bisi over little things like who cooked better or whose children were smarter. The house was always full of quarrels because of Ronke's troublesome ways. Ade, the husband, didn't care much about the fights between his wives. He would often ignore them or tell them to settle their issues themselves. This made the rivalry between Ronke and Bisi even worse, because they felt like Ade didn't care about their feelings. The elders of the village were always interfering to settle fights between Ronke and Bisi. They would sit them down and talk to them about the importance of living in peace and harmony. But no matter how many times they tried to reconcile them, Ronke and Bisi's problems continued. The children in the house were always caught in the middle of their mother's fights. They would cry and beg Ronke and Bisi to stop fighting, but their pleas fell on deaf ears. The constant quarrels made the home a very unhappy place to be. Despite the efforts of the elders and the pleas of the children, the problems between Ronke and Bisi seemed to have no end in sight. And so, the house continued to be filled with quarrels and unrest. One sunny morning, Bisi woke up feeling queasy. She remembered the feeling from when she was pregnant before. She went to the village midwife, who confirmed her suspicion. She was indeed pregnant again. Bisi was overjoyed at the news, but Ronke's reaction was not what she expected. Instead of being happy for her, Ronke looked upset and jealous. She started causing even more trouble for Bisi, saying mean things and picking fights with her. But Bisi tolerated it all because she wanted her unborn child to have a peaceful home. Ronke's jealousy only grew when she found out that she was pregnant too. She started bragging about how her child would be better and more successful than Bisi's. A few months into their pregnancies, Ronke visited a seer to find out the destiny of her unborn child. But to her surprise, the seer spoke about Bisi's child instead. He said that Bisi's child would be a great and famous musician, the wealthiest ever in the village. Ronke couldn't believe it. She demanded to know about her own child's destiny. The seer told her that her son would become a successful businessman, but only with the influence of Bisi's child. He advised Ronke to make her son the best friend of Bisi's son, as they would both give birth to male children. Ronke couldn't believe what she heard from the seer about Bisi's unborn child. She thought, how can Bisi's child be destined for greatness while mine is just average? It made her feel jealous and angry, so she decided to do something about it. She sneaked away from the village and made her way to a dark and mysterious part of the forest where a wicked herbalist lived. The herbalist was known for his dark magic and his ability to make people's wishes come true, no matter how sinister they were. When Ronke found the herbalist's hut, she told him everything that happened at the seer's place. She explained how the seer spoke highly of Bisi's child and how she couldn't bear the thought of Bisi's child being more successful than hers. The herbalist listened intently, stroking his long gray beard as he thought of a solution to Ronke's problem. He asked her, "What do you want me to do to Bisi's child?" Ronke's eyes gleamed with wickedness as she replied, "I want you to turn Bisi's child into an imbecile right from birth. That way, he won't be able to achieve all the great things the seer said." The herbalist nodded slowly, his lips curling into a sinister smile. "Consider it done," he said in a low, gravelly voice. Ronke left the herbalist's hut feeling triumphant. She thought she had found a way to ensure her child's success and get rid of any competition from Bisi's child. With a wicked grin on her face, she returned home to continue causing trouble, confident that she had outsmarted everyone. Both Ronke and Bisi eventually gave birth to their babies without any complications. Everyone in the village was happy to hear the news, and they celebrated the arrival of the new babies with joy and excitement. As the children started growing up, everyone noticed something surprising. While Ronke's son, Toyi, was developing normally, Bisi's son, Funto, was growing with a disability. He struggled with simple tasks and didn't seem to understand things as quickly as other children his age. Ronki couldn't hide her happiness. She believed that her wish had come true, and she started spreading the news that Bisi's child, Funto, was an imbecile. She claimed that it happened because Bisi was evil and deserved it. Ronki didn't stop there. She mocked Bisi and made sure her son, Toyi, stayed away from Funto, not wanting him to be influenced by someone she considered inferior. Bisi, on the other hand, showed nothing but love and care for her son, Funto. She gave him special attention, always making sure he had everything he needed. Despite his disability, Funto had a special gift. He loved to sing, and he had a sweet and melodious voice that captivated everyone who heard him. As the children grew older, Funto's talent for singing became more apparent, bringing joy and pride to Bisi's heart. Bisi faced many struggles and challenges in supporting her son Funto's passion for singing. Living in a polygamous household made things even more complicated. Ronke's constant mockery and disdain for Funto's disability made it hard for Bisi to protect her child from judgment and harm. Despite these challenges, Bisi's protective instincts kicked in. She shielded Funto from Ronke's hurtful words as best as she could, always reassuring him that he was special and loved. She encouraged him to pursue his love for singing, even though she knew it would be difficult. Bisi faced societal expectations that placed importance on physical abilities and success. People in the village would often question why she was investing so much time and effort into Funto's passion for singing when he was not like other children. But Bisi didn't let their words discourage her. She believed in Funto and his talent, and she was determined to nurture it. Despite the challenges, Bisi remained steadfast in her support for Funto. She made sure he had the opportunity to attend singing lessons and participate in local events where he could showcase his talent. She protected him from exploitation and harm, always keeping a watchful eye on him and ensuring he was treated with respect and kindness. Bisi's love for Funto knew no bounds. She sacrificed her own comfort and happiness to ensure that her son had the chance to pursue his dreams. And as Funto's talent continued to shine, Bisi's protective instincts only grew stronger, guiding her every step of the way. Funto continued to attend the local events in his village, eager to showcase his talent and back up the big musicians who were invited to perform. At one particular event, a renowned musician visited the village to entertain the crowd. As Funto sang along with the musician, his gift and passion for singing stood out, even among the seasoned performers. The musician was impressed by Funto's remarkable talent and saw potential in him. He recognized an opportunity to mentor and support Funto on his musical journey. After the event, the musician visited Funto's humble home, seeking permission from his family to take him along to the city. At first, Funto's family was skeptical and concerned about sending him to the city. They worried about his well-being and whether he would be able to handle the challenges of city life. But deep down, they also harbored hopes and dreams for Funto's future. After much discussion and consideration, Funto's family eventually agreed to let him go with the musician to the city. They knew it was a chance for Funto to pursue his passion and fulfill his potential, even though they were filled with both excitement and apprehension about what the future held. Meanwhile, Ronki was envious and angry about Funto's opportunity. She still believed that Funto's disability would prevent him from succeeding in the city. Despite the excitement surrounding Funto's journey, Ronki couldn't shake off her jealousy and resentment towards Bisi and her son. Bisi was overwhelmed with happiness and gratitude to God for the turn of events. She thanked God for giving her son, Funto, the opportunity to pursue his passion for singing on a larger stage. Despite the challenges posed by Funto's disability and their humble upbringing in the village, Bisi believed that this was the beginning of something great for her son. Funto's dreams and aspirations of making a name for himself in the music industry were about to come true. The musician's offer represented a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for Funto to showcase his talent and pursue his passion on a larger stage. As Funto journeyed to the city with the musician, he was filled with awe and excitement. The bustling streets and tall buildings amazed him, and he couldn't wait to explore all the opportunities that awaited him in this new environment. Despite the challenges of adapting to his new surroundings, Funto approached city life with determination and resilience. He embraced each new experience with an open heart and a positive attitude, knowing that this was his chance to fulfill his dreams and make a name for himself in the music industry. Funto's journey in the city was filled with learning and growth as he formed a close mentorship dynamic with the musician. The musician shared valuable lessons about music, performance, and life in the industry, guiding Funto every step of the way. With his mentor's support, Funto honed his craft and learned how to navigate the complexities of the music world. However, Funto faced obstacles and setbacks along the way. Some industry insiders were skeptical of his talent, while others doubted his ability to succeed due to his disability. Accessibility challenges also posed difficulties for Funto, but he persevered with the support of his mentor and his unwavering belief in his own talent. Despite these hurdles, Funto's determination and passion never wavered. With hard work and dedication, he overcame every obstacle in his path. Eventually, Funto's talent and resilience paid off, and he gained recognition as a talented musician in his own right. Funto's success served as an inspiration to others facing similar challenges, proving that talent knows no boundaries. His journey showed that with determination and the right support, anyone can achieve their dreams, no matter the obstacles they face. As Funto's success as a musician soared in the city, the news spread like wildfire through his village. Travelers passing through carried tales of Funto's remarkable talent, while word of mouth carried the story from neighbor to neighbor. Eventually, the news reached Funto's family and neighbors, who were both astonished and overjoyed to hear of his achievements. Filled with gratitude and generosity, Funto wasted no time in sharing his success with his family and community. He sent money to his family, ensuring they had everything they needed, and distributed gifts and goodies to the villagers as a gesture of thanks. His acts of kindness and generosity only served to endear him further to the community. As the villagers witnessed Funto's success and generosity, they couldn't help but feel regret and remorse for their past actions. They realized the depth of Funto's talent and the resilience of his spirit, coming to regret their earlier judgments and mistreatment. However, their regret soon transformed into pride and admiration as they saw Funto's rise to fame. They celebrated his achievements with newfound respect and admiration, viewing him as a source of inspiration and pride for the village. But amidst the joy and celebration, Ronke's reaction to Funto's success was one of jealousy and resentment. Despite her own son's struggles with his business, Ronke became consumed with anger and bitterness that her plan to undermine Funto had failed. Her jealousy only grew as she watched Funto's star continue to rise, unable to accept the success of someone she had once tried to bring down. As news of Funto's success spread throughout the village, Ronke's jealousy and anger grew stronger. Consumed by bitterness, she sought out the wicked herbalist once again, desperate to eliminate her stepson and erase the reminder of her past misdeeds. However, the herbalist recognized the severity of Ronke's intentions and refused to comply with her request. Instead, he warned her of the consequences of her actions and advised her to seek forgiveness from Funto for her past misdeeds. Haunted by the herbalist's warning and consumed by fear of impending misfortune, Ronke returned home. Guilt gnawed at her conscience as she contemplated the depths of her wickedness and the harm she had caused. Meanwhile, Funto made a triumphant return to the village, accompanied by exotic cars and an entourage befitting his newfound success. The villagers welcomed him with open arms, celebrating his achievements with joyous fanfare. Amidst the celebration, Ronke seized the opportunity to confess her evil deeds in front of Funto and the entire village. She revealed her plot to harm him and begged for his forgiveness, her voice trembling with fear and remorse. The villagers were shocked and angry at Ronke's confession, their resentment boiling over as they demanded justice for Funto's mistreatment. Some were ready to take matters into their own hands, seeking retribution against Ronke and her family. Despite the villagers' anger, Funto extended a hand of mercy towards Ronke, pleading for compassion and forgiveness on her behalf. His act of grace touched the hearts of the villagers, stirring feelings of empathy and reconciliation. Moved by Funto's forgiveness, Ronke vowed to change her ways and sought to make amends for her past actions. In a gesture of generosity and compassion, Funto offered to help Ronke's son, extending a lifeline of support and opportunity. As the village reflected on Funto's journey and Ronke's redemption, they came to realize the profound truth that disability does not define destiny. Funto's success served as a powerful reminder that with determination, talent, and kindness, anyone can overcome adversity and fulfill their dreams.
Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell in order to be notified when another video is being posted.